next, another special News Radio WGNS broadcast.
Raider football, live from the Boulevard Bar and Grill. It's Rick Stockstill Live. 1 hour of football conversation with the head coach of the Blue Raiders. Be a part of the show on Twitter using the hashtag AskStock. Tonight's show is presented by Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Bud Light, it's for the fans. And Ascension St. Thomas, official hospital partner of MTSU. Now with head coach Rick Stockstill, here's the voice of the Blue Raiders, Chip Walters.
Let's go! Welcome back into the Boulevard on this Monday night as we talk Middle Tennessee football. The Blue Raiders coming off of a home loss to the UTSA Roadrunners and getting set to head to Birmingham on Saturday for what will be the final matchup as a Conference USA members between Middle Tennessee and UAB. So, Coach, good to see you. How's your Monday been so far?
Everything's good, Chip. Had a good day so far. Today's our day off, so we just met as a staff and getting organized, getting ready to go here for a really talented UAB team. But everything's going great, my man.
Yep, we'll be talking about UAB as we continue on tonight. We'll spend a segment or two talking about last Friday night's game at home against the UTSA Roadrunners. Middle came into the game with a 3-1 record, and UTSA came in with a 2-2 record. The Blue Raiders and Roadrunners opening up conference play, and this was the third straight year you've played UTSA, but the first of those 3 years in 2020 was not a conference game due to and Middle ended up filling a hole in a schedule when Memphis was unable to go during that COVID year when all kinds of crazy things happened in the schedule. But this is a UTSA program that won the league a year ago and came into the year in the preseason poll ranked number 1. And they've been put together they didn't have Sincere McCormick, but Frank Harris kind of does everything revolves around him, and he's a really, really good player.
Yeah, they've got a good team, and they've got it going on right now. And but Frank, the quarterback's really talented. I said it here last week. He's the best quarterback that we've played so far this year, and he's special. He's got 3 receivers, that are legit receivers that are be playing on Sunday someday. And so really good team, and they're very talented, very fast, got good size, good length, and very talented team. But we knew that going in.
Yep, and for both teams, it was a quick turnaround going from playing on Saturday to coming back and playing on Friday. What did that pose any problems for you guys or for them?
I can't speak for them. We did not have any issues with it. The short week, we didn't have any problems. We were ready to play. We had everything we needed to do. We just didn't, play good enough to win the game. So, but being on a short week had nothing to do with our performance.
Yeah. One other thing, there coming off the Miami victory, you guys had a great week of practice. Did a lot of the attention – Did that make your week more hectic going into your conference opener? Because there was all kinds of great publicity that the program got last week.
Yeah, I was on a bunch of radio stuff, and so more so than usual during the course of a week. But, that was good. It was me, not our players, so there was no distraction, and thank you. And, so that again, that was, 10, 15 minutes a day, being able to talk about your program and talk about our university and everything. So that was a good thing last week, being able to do that.
Yeah, one of the shows you were on, I'm not sure that anyone from Middle has ever been on it, and you were on with Jim Rome last week one day.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
You'll have to ask Mark Owens. I didn't solicit it. But no, it was supposed to be on Zoom, and they were having some difficulties with that, so it was just a radio deal. But that's good, you know. It was a lot of energy. It was good. He was fun to talk to. He was easy to talk to. He asked good questions. So that was a pretty cool deal.
Yep, and so that all went down last week, and leading up to the game on Friday night, blackout night, Kevin Byard's jersey, a lot of things going on leading up to that game, and it was a good atmosphere on Friday night. Love to have had the place full, but really appreciate everybody that came out.
Yeah, it was you know, got a chance to. I didn't see him before the game, but you know, happy for KB and you know that honor that was bestowed upon him, and you know, so that was pretty cool, and you know, had some Titan people there, John Robinson, and you know, so talked to him before the game, and you know, he was kind of there you know, evaluating some players from our team and San Antonio, as well as there to be there to support KB. It's a great night other than the outcome.
Yep, and I would imagine that he, like yourself, whether if he's going to be there for Kevin Byard's situation, that he's going to take that opportunity to evaluate some talent too, eyeball to eyeball.
Yeah, he didn't come, you know, specifically solely just for Kevin, and he usually comes down. You know, he usually comes to a game a year, you know, and to evaluate our players. So, you know, like you said, he was going on down to Ole Miss and Kentucky, and then trying to see Ohio State and Rutgers. I believe they played Rutgers. He was going up to see them on Saturday as well.
Wow. He had a busy day, but everybody was busy last week, and Middle Tennessee and UTSA in the Conference USA opener, and again they were picked as the number one team in the preseason poll. And your preparation, how hard is it, or how difficult is it to when you're putting a scout team out there to replicate what Frank Harris does and to replicate what those receivers do?
Well, I mean, I think it's hard, you know, no matter who you play, to replicate who you're going to play against, because if you had somebody that could replicate Harris, he wouldn't be on the scout team.
That's
correct.
correct.
You know, if you had receivers that could be like their receivers, they wouldn't be on the scout team. So, but again, that's, I mean, every week you run into it. You know, there's, you know, you can't send an offensive line down there, you know, that's equal to whoever you're playing. You know, you can't send a defensive line or a secondary or whoever, you know, to the offense. It's just, you know, especially when you get about this time of the year when you start having injuries and everything, you know, your scout teams take a hit also because you have to have guys up there with you on offense and defense. So, you know, it's just the war of attrition, you know, as you get to the mid-season part, and then, you know, trying to, you know, hang on and put your teams together week to week as you close out the year.
Yeah, speaking of attrition, we were without DJ England Chisholm, who had, you know, 2 huge catches in the game the week before. What is the situation with him, and do we expect to see him back anytime soon?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and, you know, talk about that stuff because, one, I don't think I'm allowed to.
Right.
And two, but we miss DJ, miss him a lot. He's a good player. He brings a lot of energy to our team, and we're able to do – he does such a good job other than just catching the ball. He's involved in special teams. He does a really good job. So hopefully we can get him back here soon.
Our opening segment brought to you by the Murfreesboro Post, Rutherford County's local newspaper. Subscriptions to the Post are just $20 a year for 52 issues. Visit online at murfreesboropost.com today. More with Coach Rick Stockstill after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
It's red
with heated seats.
Serious
air conditioning.
And that little compartment thingy, where you put your sunglasses?
You found the perfect car. Now get the perfect loan with Ascend. We've got low rates, flexible terms, and you can apply online at ascend.org or at any of our branch locations.
I'm gonna name her Betty.
Auto loans from Ascend Federal Credit Union. Banking without the bank. Ascend is federally insured by NCUA. All loans are subject to credit approval.
Murfreesboro, you can count on an award-winning service team for all your home maintenance and improvement needs. Lee Company, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, recognized by Angie's List as a super service provider since 2008, is ready to assist with all your home maintenance needs. Heating and air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, home improvement, and more. Experience the convenience of calling one phone number for all your home maintenance and improvement needs. Call Lee Company today at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating Middle Tennessee State University athletes. Experts in bones, joints, and muscles, and with more than 60 specialists in locations across Middle Tennessee, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit us at TOA.com or give us a call at 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, or TOA, the official team doctors for Blue Raider Athletics.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor.
I drink and drive all the time.
If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
The Blue Raiders on News Radio WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Welcome back into the Boulevard here on the corner of Middle Tennessee Boulevard and East Main. Our favorite sports bar and grill here in Murfreesboro. Stop by today. Heck, stop by tonight and be part of our audience here and enjoy some great food. And, Coach, speaking of the Boulevard, I read something that tomorrow is National Taco Day. So makes it an even better day to stop by the Boulevard on Taco Tuesday.
I guess we'll be hearing a lot from LeBron tomorrow, right? I mean, isn't that his Taco Tuesday commercial?
That's probably correct. You're probably right on that. Friday night at Floyd Stadium under the lights, the Raiders in their black uniforms. And early on, Middle's first three possessions, it was punt, punt, punt. And in that same string of time, UTSA put together two scoring drives, and they led 10-0. And you talked about it after the game and about that you just didn't think we got off to a great start.
Yeah, we couldn't cover their guys, and the quarterback was really good, made good throws, and their receivers, we couldn't cover them. And couldn't stop them, and just it wasn't busted coverages or anything like that. It's just, they won the one-on-one battles, and but we hung in there and kept fighting, and got it. It was a 10-point game there, 11-point game at halftime, and we got it back down to a one-score game with 6 or 7 minutes left, and driving down, we had the unfortunate pass interference called on Jalen, on that conversion. But, the first half, they just, they got after us pretty good.
late in the first quarter, they were up 10-0. You forced a punt, and then came back with a drive where you converted 3 first downs, and that was the offense kind of got going then. You started at your own 33, which was decent field position, got it down to their 38 when Chase Cunningham hit Yusuf Ali for a 38-yard touchdown pass that cut it back to 3. But what was the key in getting the offense moving in that possession?
Well, I think probably, we protected a little bit better. We were a little bit better on first down, which enabled us to stay on track. So I think it's just probably a combination of, we made some plays and we're better on first down. We protected a little bit better, all that kind of stuff. So I think it all plays a part in it.
Yep. And Chase, as the night went on, and did you all plan, when you game plan and put a plan together, he's been really good when he's had time to, as most every quarterback is, where they have time to go through progressions, and everybody's percentage is going to go down when you're having to run and be chased.
Yeah, and part of his running and being chased is his fault. He did some uncharacteristic things. He left the pocket a little bit earlier. He just kept going back, stepping outside instead of stepping up. So part of it was him. Part of it was, everybody else. But, we've got to be better there. He's got to be better. The score just, the disappointing part of it was, we'd score and we never could get a stop, on defense. They'd score, we go, because I think we scored, 3 of our last 4 possessions of the first half, but they scored on 4 of their last 5. So we just, we'd score and they'd score. We'd score, they'd score, and and then also the difference is they scored touchdowns and we kicked field goals, and you're not going to beat a team of that caliber, kicking field goals.
Yep. With the game at 10-7, Harris hit Zachary Franklin to make it 17-7, and Middle came right back. You got good field position after a good kick return at your own 41, moved it across midfield to the 47, or up to the 47 of UTSA, and Darius Bracey popped one there, went 47 yards for the touchdown, and he has continued to contribute and get more and more time in there and have quality downs.
Yeah, he had a good run there. We blocked it really well. He didn't get touched, obviously, on it. But Darius, didn't have a whole lot of production other than that one run there, but is a good player. I tell you, works hard, and I'm glad he's here. But, you look at it now at 17-14, what I just said. Now they go right back down and score. Now it's 24-17, so we just never could consistently get stops back to back.
Yeah, Zeke made the field goal to make it 24-17. Then there was a key moment in the first half that came with about 4.5 minutes or so to go, when you had stopped UTSA on a 4th and 12 at the 46, and they were going to punt, and there was a running into the kicker call there that gave them a 4th and 7, and they chose to put their offense back on the field, and they ended up scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, it was an effort play. Ralph blocked a punt the week before. He's come close a couple times, or 2 weeks before. Came close last week. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to continue to be aggressive, trying to create things in the kicking game, and it was an effort play. It wasn't anything other than that. He just went for the block, tried to get it, and got a piece of him, and their guy did a pretty good job of acting a little bit on it, but we did run into him. It was a legitimate penalty, but we're going to keep doing that. It happens.
Yep.
Wish it didn't happen, but it was an effort play, and we just got to be a little bit more disciplined and not do it again.
Yeah, Harris had the 5-yard touchdown run to make it 31-17. Then you get the ball back with 35 seconds, at the 41-yard line and drove it down to the 16. And Zeke Rankin hit another 33-yard field goal, and he was 3 for 3 on Friday night.
Yeah, we did a nice job, moving the ball down there. We were out of timeouts at that time, so our offense did a really good job of getting down there and putting us in a position to get some points before the half. And Zeke did a good job knocking it in. So we went in at halftime down 11, and you feel like if you can just get a couple more stops, you can get a little bit in there, and that's what we did. They take the first drive down, but after that, we settled in and played a little bit better.
Yep. Blue Raiders trailing at the half by 11, and want to remind fans, get ahead of the game with the best home services team in town for your heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and home improvement needs. Lee Company is the team to call, 615-867-1000, or online at leecompany.com. We'll take a timeout. Back to the Boulevard in just a few moments with Coach Rick Stockstill on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Every week, our Blue Raiders go the extra mile to make sure they're at their very peak. At Sunbelt Bakery, they do the same thing to make sure their granola bars are at their peak. Every week, Sunbelt Bakery brings new batches of granola bars from their bakery to your neighborhood. That's why Sunbelt Bakery's granola bars taste like they just baked them. Because they did. Try a Sunbelt Bakery granola bar today and taste the difference. Sunbelt Bakery. Bakery fresh taste. No preservatives.
It's never lost on Window World that your home is your largest physical investment. Window World's integrity will be noticed from your very first moment of contact. The clean, professional installation of premium windows, siding, doors, and more are designed to last while leaving your home looking amazing. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. They're America's most trusted remodeler and proud partner of Middle Tennessee Athletics because the difference is integrity and always in the details.
MT Dining is eating made easy. With more than 19 dining locations, you'll never run out of variety on campus. Whether it's Chick-fil-A, Steak and Shake, or Starbucks, we've got the brands you love right here. Need a quick snack or Scantron? Stop by one of the 6 pods on campus. And try out MT Dining's new Farm to Fork experience. Farmers Market now open. Located in the Student Union. Visit mtdining.com for more information. Or visit our office in the Keithley University Center, room 202.
Whether you go online or go in person, City Auto in Murfreesboro is where you go to see a gazillion cars and choose the one that's right for you. And there's no better time to go than now because we have a bigger, brand new facility. It's the easy, comfortable, convenient way to find what you're looking for. Remember, cityauto.com is where you go to find your car online. And the all-new City Auto campus in Murfreesboro is where you go to see it in person. Go now, and we'll see you there.
You buy something because you found it at a low price, and soon you realize it's no bargain because you really needed something better. It happens all the time, especially with car insurance. But the good news is you can get the right coverage at the right price. Just talk to me, State Farm Agent Bud Morris. I'll help you get the right coverage at a price that's right for you. Call me at 893-1417 today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Bud Morris, providing insurance and financial services.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Floyd Stadium. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member services. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit MTE.com to learn more. And about that scoreboard, well, light it up, Blue Raiders.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back into Rick Stockstill Live here this evening as we come to you from the Boulevard. And Coach Stock is here. The Raiders trailed 38. They were at 30 at the end of the half. It was 31-20. You got into the second half in UTSA, and you talk about this all the time, is how you're going to handle that middle 8. And they had won the toss and deferred their choice, came back in the second half, and they put together a great drive to start the second half. that that really made life tough on you guys right there.
Yeah, I mean, now it's whatever, it's an 18-point game, and we just again, we played a really good football team. They're really talented. They got a lot of good players. But now it's 18, and but what I'm most proud of, we fought back in that sucker, and we had a chance at the end, and we played really good defense after that. After that first drive, after the first half, and after the first drive of the third quarter, we really played well, and we turned them over. We made plays offensively. And we just we just dug ourselves a pretty good hole, and it was tough. We kept trying to climb out of it and never got to the top of it.
Yeah, the next two possessions that UTSA had, you had an interception by DeCorian Patterson down near the goal line, and you guys brought that out and got 3 out of it on a 13-play drive. And then right after that, you had the Jordan Branch pick 6. So 2 weeks in a row you've had a defensive lineman get the interception and score points. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I tell you, that's you don't know how hard of a catch that was for JB to make. That was a heck of a catch. And you think about it, you're a defensive lineman, so you're 300 pounds, and the quarterback's throwing a pretty good shot at you. Right at you, and you're at the line of scrimmage, and you got to get your hands up and you catch it. There's probably 5 or 6 yards between you and the quarterback with some pretty good heat on that ball. And to be able to catch that like he did, it wasn't like Zalen's the week before where it's a tipped and you just catch a pop-up. I mean, he catches a line drive and, did a great job, taking it in, cut back, and scored. Really, really a phenomenal play for a guy of his size in the position that he plays.
And then he, as part of the run, Frank Harris made an attempt to tackle him, and Jordan did it wasn't quite a stiff arm, but he pushed him out of the way and made his cutback and scored.
Yeah, I mean, he's 300 pounds, and he was a running back in high school.
Wow.
He played running back. He was number 32. I told him the other day, I said, we're going to have to change your number back to 32 from 99. But no, JB, I'm so proud of him and what he's done here, both on and off the field. That's a really, really good young man.
Boy,
he's a good person, and he's what it's all about. I have so much respect for him as a man and what he's doing and what he's got going on. I really appreciate him.
Yeah, and that you really had some momentum at that point. You'd cut it to a one-score game at 38-30, and then got another incredible interception by DeCorian Patterson. I'm not sure how he got the ball may have been underthrown just a little bit, but he did a great job of getting his body in a position to shield it away from the receiver. But that was his second interception of the night and third in 2 games.
Yeah, he did a nice job. The quarterback left it a little bit inside, so when DeCorian turned for the ball, he kind of opened up to the ball and got stuck in there. So a great play. Really proud of DeCorian too, because he got hurt early in the game and left and didn't think he was going to be able to come back in, and wasn't counting on him to come back in. All of a sudden he shows up there in the second half and says, I'm going to give it a go. So a lot of respect for him and, what he's going through also. It's pretty incredible what he did out there Saturday.
Yeah, and after that interception, you had then one more real shot at it, put together a drive, had a 4th and 9 at the 45 and just could not convert it right there. I'm fully believe that if you guys convert that, you take it down and score, and who knows what happens then.
Yeah, it's, like I said, we got it, to a one-score game, and just there's something about this team. They got something to them, and they ain't gonna quit. They ain't gonna give up, and I just love the fight in them. I love their competitive spirit. And, we got beat by a better team on that night. They were the better team. And, you're down 18 points there in the second half, and you got a chance to tie it up with a handful of minutes left. Our guys, I'm proud of their fight.
Yeah, it was certainly entertaining on Friday night on the 15th blackout game at Floyd Stadium, but UTSA wins it by a score of 45-30. We'll turn the page and head toward UAB and a game Saturday at Protective Stadium in Birmingham. And when we come back, we'll go behind enemy lines, and Landrum Roberts of the UAB Radio Network will be here to join me as you listen to Rick Stockstill live on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
From scholarship and grant programs to providing students with the qualifications and certifications they need to start their professional careers, the Tennessee Lottery has awarded more than $6.5 billion in funding to education programs, and we're proud to play our part. See for yourself how all of the fun of the Tennessee Lottery goes to supporting someone's future and a brighter tomorrow at tnlottery.com.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 130,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing, update your information, and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches.
Hey, Darius, is he online?
Professionals work tirelessly.
Yes, Chip. I was texting you back. He's joining. He's actually in the Zoom right now.
We are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU Athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For 82 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 1-888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown.
RoscoeBrown.com.
Hi, we're RJ Young.
All right,
we offer technology solutions that power
yes,
your business, school,
Zoom.
hospital, church, law firm, and more. RJ Young will empower your office to be the modern office. That means an office that integrates technology as a business advantage, all to help you work smarter. From managed IT services, office equipment, and technology, business process outsourcing, and digital communications, we're proud to be your one-stop for technology solutions that power your business. Come visit us at rjyoung.com.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
It's another Monday night, and we're back here at the Boulevard for Rick Stockstill Live. And we're at about halftime of our show tonight and heading up to the top of the hour at the Boulevard. And you still have time to come on by. And tomorrow, Taco Tuesday here at the Boulevard. Time to head down I-65 to Birmingham. And Landrum Roberts of the UAB Radio Network joins us. And Landrum, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, guys. Hope you can hear me okay.
Yep.
Hope you guys are doing well.
Yep, sound just fine. Well, here we are. We've got two teams that are going to come into the second week of the conference ready to fight and ready to be very hungry, and wouldn't expect that from whether both were 1-0 or both looking for their first win, because Middle and UAB have gone at it for quite some time.
Yeah, they certainly have, and some of the significance of those games when we go back to 2018. So it'll be nice to kind of rekindle the rivalry, if you will. And, looking at UAB's season and what happened this past weekend in Houston, it was frustrating for the Blazers. You never want to open up conference play that way, and it was a crazy game. But I know that you guys, Middle Tennessee, you felt the same way. Then you go on the road, you beat a Power 5 team in Miami. So it should be a lot of fun. I know there's a lot of talent on both of these rosters, so it's shaping up to be what we would expect with Middle Tennessee and UAB.
Let's rewind a little bit and go back into the summer. Coach Clark, who had been there before things were shut down and part of the rebirth, he decided to retire prior to the season, and Bryant Vincent was named the head coach. Talk a little bit about how that affected the football team and how they got through that, with, I'm sure, questions on their minds, and how well did the coaching staff keep things pretty seamless?
Well, it caught everyone off guard, including most of the players. And, when I can remember doing a radio show, and I do one daily here in Birmingham, and getting the news, I was not given a heads up. I don't think anyone was. I think that it was basically Coach Clark and Coach Vincent. They might have been the only two that knew that was going to transpire. But that's important with the relationship of Coach Vincent and also Bill Clark. Very close. And, what we see with Bryant Vincent now is what we saw a lot of what, Bill Clark. Everyone has their own wrinkles and their own touches they want to put on a program. And that's certainly the case with Coach Vincent, but a lot of the same ideology, the mindset, how the programs run on a day-to-day, especially with the staff and the players, it's been pretty seamless. That being said, the players, Coach Vincent, and I've known Bryant for 20-something years, he is what you would call a player's coach. From coaching at the high school level, I knew him back when he had just kind of cutting his teeth as an offensive coordinator at Spain Park High School in Hoover, a metro area just outside of Birmingham. He is that type of guy. Now, that doesn't mean he's soft, he's easy. There's certainly a very fine line there, but he is a player's coach, and I know that the coaches and the players were ecstatic when they heard that he was getting the job. In fact, I've talked to several of the staff members since that time. They said nothing has really changed. The only thing that's different is some of them with their relationship that they have with Bill Clark and having those daily conversations. But as far as the transition, it's a lot of what you've seen from UAB teams in the past under the direction of Bill Clark. That's what you're getting with Bryant Vincent.
Yep, and now on the field we're seeing a lot of the same thing. Number one rushing defense in the league, number one pass defense in the league, number one overall defense in Conference USA, and an ability to run the football, and that is what they've been doing for years now.
Yeah, they absolutely have. That's the mindset. And, Coach Vincent, while he's an offensive coordinator and he could probably do some different things, they know that the strength of this football team and what you do on offense predicates, your defense, and philosophically the two obviously go hand in hand. And with the returning leadership that they have on the offensive line with two very good running backs and Dwayne Debo McBride and also a guy we call Skull, Jermaine Brown Jr., it's a great 1-2 punch. So that's what they've leaned on. And then, of course, and you mentioned it, the defense. That's something that UAB and Coach Reeves and that staff, they've done a wonderful job over the past 5 years statistically and where they've ranked nationally in several categories. So it's going to, for Middle Tennessee fans who have not, caught up with UAB or really seen a lot of the Blazers here this season or even last season, the last time you saw UAB, there's a good chance it's going to look a lot like it did.
Yeah, and your trip to Rice over the weekend, people say Rice? Well, they've been getting better and better and better, and in this era of the transfer portal, so, there are teams who can get a lot better in a short amount of time, and Rice was on the verge of that already.
They certainly were, and Rice and Coach Bloomgren, what he has been able to do, and since taking over, it's been a slow climb, but he's doing it the right way, and he's doing it his way, and I have a lot of respect, and I know the UAB coaching staff has a lot of respect for Coach Bloomgren. But, yeah, it was a frustrating night. You go back to what happened in Lynchburg, second week in the season, and traveling up to Liberty. It was a miserable night as far as weather, but you can't make excuses. It's that way on both sides of the ball, and you cough it up 4 times, that's what happens. Now, this past weekend, what was frustrating is, UAB, you have Rice, they march down, they score, and then UAB goes and they score, 17 unanswered, and you feel like you're kind of dialed in. And then coming out the second half, you have a 15-yard penalty on a kickoff for hitting a defenseless player. And then you have what was ruled a lateral. It's a scoop and score. And all of a sudden, you got a ball game. The momentum, it can change just that quick, and that's what happened. But I know that Coach Vincent in the locker room after the game, he's telling the players and also talking to coaches, this is not the first time that we've been in this boat. So it all starts this weekend against Middle Tennessee, and you got a long conference road ahead of the Blazers, and they just hope that they can get things righted.
Well, it's always a great rivalry, and it has been since it was started back years ago. One quick question for folks who are coming down. What should they expect with Protective Stadium?
Well, I can tell you, I grew up going to the All-American Bowl and games at Legion Field and the Iron Bowl, and it's great. And there's a lot of history with the old gray lady. But you are going to be pleasantly surprised at what Protective Stadium offers. The concourse level, first of all, it's super fan-friendly. It's about 3 times wider than any concourse you're going to find. It's a huge Jumbotron. There's not a bad seat, and I know that sounds cliche, but there's really not. And then around Protective Stadium, you have the entertainment district where whether it's Topgolf or all the great restaurants, bars, what have you, and it's super easy. So if the last time you came to Birmingham to watch a UAB Middle Tennessee game and you went to Legion Field, with all due respect, you're going to really enjoy this experience.
Well, Landon, we really enjoyed having you on tonight and look forward to having a visit. It looks like the weather's going to be good on Saturday, so we look forward to heading down.
Hey, you guys be careful. Look forward to having you, and we'll talk to you on Saturday.
All right, appreciate it very much. Landrum Roberts joining us from the UAB Radio Network. We'll take a timeout. More with Coach Rick Stockstill after this. It's Rick Stockstill live on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, this is Coach Rick Stockstill. Have you heard about the MTSU debit card from Ascend Federal Credit Union? This is exactly what you need for your busy lifestyle. Need some cash? Use this card fee-free at Ascend's 2 on-campus ATMs and at thousands of ATMs worldwide. Bank where the Blue Raiders belong. Ascend Federal Credit Union, exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics.
Ascend is federally insured by NCUA. Visit us at ascend.org.
Put Lee Company on your team and you'll always be ahead of the game with home maintenance, improvements, and repair. Sign up for a Lee Company home maintenance plan to have your heating and air conditioning system tuned up twice a year. In addition, you'll receive a comprehensive electrical and plumbing home inspection, plus member-only discounts and priority service, all for as low as $8.25 a month. For the very best electrical, heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services, call Lee Company at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around. After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor.
I drink and drive all the time.
If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, Chip Walters here. Lightning's Locker Room, powered by Textbook Brokers, is the place to get your Blue Raider gear. Open Monday through Friday from 8 to 6 and Saturdays from 10 to 4. Lightning's Locker Room is just across the street from Floyd Stadium at 1321 Greenland Drive. It has all the MT polos, hoodies, T-shirts, hats, and all the other game day gear you'll ever need. See the selection online at mtsugear.com or at Gate 2A on game days. Lightning's Locker Room, the official game day provider, powered by Textbook Brokers.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Welcome back into the Boulevard tonight. Bud Light proudly welcomes Middle Tennessee fans to Johnny Red Floyd Stadium this year. Bud Light is for the fans. Raiders will be back home in 2 weeks, the weekend of the 15th, to take on Western Kentucky. It is homecoming week. It is Hall of Fame weekend. The Hall of Fame ceremony will be on Friday night. The homecoming parade on Saturday morning, and then a 2:30 kickoff at Floyd Stadium in the 100-mile rivalry as it gets back underway. Had several questions come in tonight, and a lot of them were about one particular play in the game, Coach, and see what you can take us through and tell us about what appeared to have been a safety at one point in the ball game.
Yeah, I think, everybody keeps talking about safety. I thought the ball came out before he went to the ground, so I thought it was a touchdown. But, we called timeout down there to review it. They had reviewed it and said that they called it that his forward progress had been stopped, and that's why nothing more resulted from it. They were blowing the whistle really quick in a lot of instances as soon as a guy in the course of the game, early even before that, in the normal areas of the field, and uncharacteristically early, because Conference USA officials sometimes, I'll say, that gonna blow the whistle and
get a play over with.
Yeah, and but that's what they said. They said the play was his forward progress had been stopped, and that's why they blew it dead. They said they reviewed it, and the booth agreed with their on the field call.
It was that. So that was, and I don't know, is that a challengeable call? One you could have challenged? I know you called the timeout.
That's basically what I did.
Yeah.
Because I used the timeout for them to look at it, and they looked at it, and so that's why I lost the timeout. But I would have called timeout in that situation anyway, with the clock being on. So, but no, they stopped it and reviewed it and looked at it.
You mentioned about blowing whistles. I don't know, is it just me, or it seems like every game we've played, is there some new something where instead of blowing a whistle 2 or 3 little tweets, that it's like 7, 8, 9, 10. They just keep on going, blowing the whistle. Have you noticed that, or am I paranoid here?
I haven't noticed it. I'm not saying you're paranoid, but I haven't noticed it. Because usually you're hearing one thing, and but there's well, they went 8 to officials out there, so they've all got a whistle.
And are they back to using regular whistles?
Yes.
They're not using the artificial whistles anymore. But it seems like instead of and it be over, it's like, again, it's like a lot of. But maybe that's just me and hearing things. Wayne wanted to know, in watching films, did you feel like the pass interference calls were mostly legit?
I think
hello, darkness, my old friend.
I think The one on our sideline with Jalen Lane, it was a back shoulder throw, and I think officials have a hard time officiating that play because, you got a receiver and a DB running full speed, and then the receiver stops and comes back, and whether he touches the DB or not, the DB gives the impression that he got pushed because he's running full speed, and then he's got to stop to come back to the ball. So I thought Jalen ran a great route. I thought he made a great catch on it, and it was a great throw, but the official thought it was pass interference.
Well, he made one other that stood up, an incredible catch on the ball that got tipped.
Yeah, Jalen, that sucker, he is a true definition of a warrior. He plays so hard on every play, whether it's a pass to him, whether it's he's got a block, whether he's got to run down on punt and tackle the punt returner. When they had their punt return, and Raekwon Hartley did a great job making a tackle, he created a block in the back. That was the penalty on them, was against him for being blocked in the back. He returns kicks. You got to pull him off the field just to give him a rest. But he's an incredible young man, phenomenal young man. Just a tremendous competitor, really good player, and he leaves it on the field every snap.
Well, we saw this coming along with him a year ago, and now he's continuing to make incredible plays. Do you all scheme, and I'm sure you do, but to try to get him as many touches as you can? How do you go about that?
Yeah, just obviously you want your best players to touch the ball, and he's one of our best players, and so you just you keep track of it during the game, of not just him but everybody. So-and-so's caught 4, so-and-so, is this or that, and but you try to create ways, and whether it's on a jet sweep, whether it's a pass, whether it's a reverse, whatever we can, where he can touch the ball, because the more he touches it, the better we're going to be offensively.
Had one other question about recruiting, and said it looks like that at the first 2 home games you had a lot of recruits on the sidelines prior to kickoff. Is it a bigger number than usual, or does it just look like that?
Well, I thought the first game, Tennessee State, was phenomenal. Had a lot of people, a lot of high school kids there. This past week was, you can say, just looked that way because there wasn't that many.
A lot of them were playing.
Because they all had games on Friday night. The ones that weren't there were guys that either played Thursday night or they had an open date. So we had a good handful, but, the Tennessee State game was, a lot of people. We had a lot of good players. We had some good players here this past week, just not near as many because of being a Friday night game.
Yeah, and I'm sure you'll have a bunch for the Western Kentucky game.
We'll continue to get them here and get them on campus and get around them.
All right, we'll take a final break and be back with the final segment with Coach Rick Stockstill after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Make a comeback after joint and back pain and get back to what you love with help from Ascension St. Thomas Joint Replacement Institute and Ascension St. Thomas Spine Institute. Our experienced care teams offer the latest technology to help shorten recovery, including minimally invasive options and robotic surgery. And to make getting care easier, we connect the dots for you, helping you navigate everything from imaging and lab services to pharmacy and physical therapy. Details about appointment scheduling can be found at ascension.org/St. Thomas Joint and Spine.
This is Coach Stockstill. I want to talk some trash. No, not about the game. I want to talk about the litter problem on our roadways. The Tennessee Department of Transportation spends $19 million every year just to pick up litter. There's over 100 million pieces of litter on our roadways at any given time, making our state unsightly and unsafe. Litter harms our highways, waterways, even our wildlife. So let's do something about it. Don't litter. Remind others not to, and report littering when you see it. We can beat litter, but only if we're all on the same team. Join the movement today. Visit NobodyTrashesTennessee.com.
With the Kroger Plus card, it's easy to get lower than low prices for the win. And for every $1 you spend, you earn fuel points, which can add up to $1 per gallon off at the pump for the win. Plus, save every day on groceries and get personalized digital coupons for the win. The Kroger Plus card, all you do is win. Big, big savings. Sign up now at Kroger.com and start saving. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply.
It's never lost on Window World that your home is your largest physical investment. Window World's integrity will be noticed from your very first moment of contact. The clean, professional installation of premium windows, siding, doors, and more are designed to last while leaving your home looking amazing. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. They're America's most trusted remodeler and proud partner of Middle Tennessee Athletics because the difference is integrity and always in the details.
The Blue Raiders play here. WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Welcome back to the final time and our final segment with Coach Rick Stockstill. And Saturday's game in Birmingham is on Stadium, and it will be a 2:30 Central Time kickoff. Blue Raider Network coverage begins at 1 p.m. with Dick Palmer and Dwayne Hickey with our tailgate show, and kickoff at 2:30 again at Protective Stadium in Birmingham. Coach, this UAB team, what do you see that we haven't already talked about?
Well, they're really good. I mean, they're 2-2, and you know they go to Liberty and get beat 21-14, and you know Liberty plays Wake Forest, you know, to a one-score game, you know, and Wake Forest is really good, ranked high in the country and all that stuff. So it's a really good football team. You know, like you said earlier, they're leading the conference in total defense. They're big, athletic. They don't blitz a bunch, but they're really sound. They don't give up big plays. You know, really good defense. And then offensively, they're very sound. They're going to run the ball. They're averaging 220-some yards a game rushing. And, you know, they're going to come in and try to ram it down our throats. And I don't want to say we got to stop it, but we got to slow down the run because – you know, the more effective they are running the ball, then they're going to take shots in the play-action game and, you know, kind of bring your safeties down, get you involved in the run game, then try to throw something over the top of you. So we got to be very sound there. It's a really good team, very talented team, very comparable to the last time we played them in 2018.
Yeah, and that was Raiders played them in back-to-back weeks in 2018, but this will be the first at the new stadium in Birmingham, as Coach mentioned, and you'll go into that game 3-2 and tied for the most wins in the league overall right now. And your team, they've got a lot of bounce back ability, and I'm sure we'll see that on Saturday.
You know, we're a good team. We're going to be fine. You know, we like I told them, you know, don't lose confidence. We got to get their confidence back a little bit. We had a bad half. You know, doesn't mean we're a bad team, you know, and, you know, we got beat by a really good team, you know, and we'll be ready to go Saturday afternoon.
All right. Appreciate it. We'll see you back here Monday night. Coach Rick Stockstill joining us tonight for Rick Stockstill Live. Thank all of you for coming out tonight and all of you for listening on air and online. For the head coach, this is Chip Walters saying thanks for being with us. We'll talk to you from Birmingham on Saturday here on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield. Good night from the Boulevard.